Hi there, my name is Alexa Santos. I am a journalist and a home chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make chicken marsala, a slightly healthier version, but I promise it's super delicious. So the secret to making this chicken marsala a little bit healthier is to not dredge it in any breading or flour. I know that a lot of traditional recipes have you do that, but it's actually not necessary at all. So we're just gonna pan sear the chicken after cutting it into smaller pieces and seasoning it with salt and pepper, and then we don't have to have any breading on it. So I've heated up a big pan on medium-high heat and added my oil, and that's hot and ready to go now. So we are going to add our pieces of chicken breast, and you wanna hear a good sizzle in there. You also wanna make sure you don't crowd the pan too much so everything has room to cook nice and evenly. So on the other side of the stove over here, I am boiling water for some spaghetti on the side of my chicken marsala, of course, and I'm also heating up a separate pan to be able to cook down some mushrooms to then add to my marsala sauce. Okay, I'm gonna add my mushrooms into my hot pan with butter. Okay, so you're gonna let your mushrooms cook down. They're gonna get significantly smaller than this once they're done, and make sure to season along the way so they're nice and flavorful. Now that the mushrooms are starting to cook down, I'm gonna add some fresh minced garlic, because garlic is my favorite aromatic to use really in almost every dish that I cook, and it's gonna be a great addition to the flavor profile here. So one thing you definitely wanna do when cooking pasta is remove a good amount of pasta water so you can use it to add to your sauce later, because the pasta water is nice and flavorful and starchy and will help kind of boost the sauce that you use on it later. So I'm turning the heat off on my sauteed mushrooms because, as you can see, they're getting nice and golden brown and beautiful, and they've cooked down significantly. So we are going to be adding those to the marsala sauce when the time comes. So when you have a really flavorful, delicious dish like chicken marsala, the pasta that you have alongside it, you don't want to be too crazy flavorful because you don't want the two flavors to clash. So I'm gonna do a traditional aglio e olio pasta. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but it's Italian for garlic and oil. So we're gonna make a delicious garlic and oil sauce for the spaghetti. So to my pot of cooked spaghetti, we're gonna add some of that glorious pasta water, some olive oil, of course, and a bunch of garlic. Okay, now we're gonna season the pasta with some additional salt and pepper and red pepper flakes for a little bit of kick. And we're gonna mix this all up, and pasta's basically done. So believe it or not, these little brown pieces at the bottom of our pan here that came off of our chicken that was cooking is actually the most important and the best part of this marsala sauce. So we're going to add some shallots into the pan with those gorgeous little brown bits and the remaining oil, and let these cook until they're about translucent, so just a few minutes. So what we're gonna do next, now that the shallots are cooked in the pan, is we're going to deglaze the pan with some Marsala wine. And there you have it, the dish's namesake, Marsala. Marsala wine is what makes this a traditional Marsala, and you can't skip it for this dish. Now you deglaze your cooking pan with an acid, and that's going to help lift up those little brown bits on the bottom and make the rich flavor kind of come together. So we're gonna scrape up all the brown bits that were at the bottom of the pan. So once we have deglazed, we're going to add some chicken stock into the pan to continue building the sauce for our chicken. So you're gonna wanna let this liquid reduce, so leave the pan cooking on about medium heat and keep an eye on it for a few minutes. So I have my cooked chicken resting on this plate covered in foil, but what's really gonna give the sauce some extra flavor is some of this chicken juice that's been resting. Really gonna help build the flavor of the sauce. So to finish off the sauce, we're gonna add a healthy wad of cold butter and a nice squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Okay, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It is time to bring everything together and incorporate everything into the same party. So we are going to add our lovely cooked chicken into the pan with our sauce. And then it's finally time to add the mushrooms. Now just add a sprinkling of fresh chopped parsley for some color and garnish. And there you have it, chicken marsala. It'll make you feel like a professional chef, and it's a little bit healthier just because we didn't bread it, but obviously served alongside a heaping portion of pasta, maybe not so much, but it is super delicious and I promise you will love it.